qualifying continues at AO Shirley Recreation Ground. For just the second time ever, the British Virgin Islands take on Jamaica. Group E action in the second round, a fourth match for the British Virgin Islands, the third match for Jamaica here this afternoon. Jack Edwards with you as these teams meet for a second ever time and the first time since 1994 with a low 80s, a bit of wind, a bit of cloud coverage helping for this late afternoon kick between the British Virgin Islands and the Reggae Boys, who have a chance to qualify for the next round of qualifying play. Action continuing here today. There was a win or a defeat earlier in the week for the British Virgin Islands, eliminating them from potential advancement into the third round of qualifying, their longest ever run. And qualifying play ends in the second round, but they'll play at home for the final time, looking for a first win in Concacaf play since September of 2023. Yesterday, Guatemala took down the Dominican Republic 4-2, able to secure their spot into the third round, getting 9 points already through 3 games. An opportunity for Jamaica here as well. If they pick up a win, they will also advance to the next round ahead of their match with Guatemala on Tuesday. Mentioned that defeat at Dominica for the British Virgin Islands on Wednesday. That condemns them to defeat. They fell in all 3 of their qualifying matches so far, looking for their first points to try and round out qualifying on a high at home. But the Reggae Boys, definite favorites for the match here today, and it would tee up an interesting matchup with Guatemala on Tuesday of next week, a match that wouldn't have major implications with both sides already being advanced if Jamaica get the job done here today, and it would serve as a preview for their Gold Cup group stage meeting with Guatemala. That is going to come just 6 days after their meeting in the final match of World Cup qualifying. Second ever meeting between these sides is coming up. They met in 1994 in the Caribbean Cup. It was a 12-0 win for Jamaica, their largest ever win in the history of their nation. Jamaica have had a good run of form here in this early summer, late spring. They fell in the Unity Cup final to Nigeria 5-4 in a shootout at the G-Tech Community Stadium in London. Got some technical difficulties we're working through just a few minutes from kickoff between the British Virgin Islands and Jamaica. Jamaica, first match since May 31st, 1 week on since that shootout defeat to Nigeria. A different test for them on a hot day in the Caribbean. Promises to be an interesting contest between these two sides.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team Jamaica today include goalkeeper Andre Blake, also the captain, defender Dexter Limbikisa, Mason Holgate, Richard King, Kaheen Dixon, Damari Gray, Warner Brown, Damian Lowe, Jonathan Russell, Ronaldo Cephas, and Gregory.
good to be alive, but it's better when you leave. Cause your future depends on the little things that you give. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team Jamaica today include goalkeeper Andre Blake, also the captain, defender Dexter Limnikisa, Mason Holgate, Richard King, Kaheen Dixon, Damari Gray, Warner Brown, Damian Lowe, Jonathan Russell, Ronaldo Cephas, and Greg Reed.
Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who say life no order? And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord. And let me know what my troubles stamping sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah.
Is there no escape? This is how you do. Certificate, I know you go. All in the friends who want to know. You wanna try, never want to shit a tear. When I wake up on them Wednesday, I have to say, why make me cry? Why you so much? Drown, they will catch you, feel the straw for some air. It's so good to be alive, but it's better when you leave. Cause your future depends on the little things that you give. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team Jamaica today include goalkeeper Andre Blake, also the captain, Defender Dexter Limbikisa, Mason Holgate, Richard King, Kaheen Dixon, Damari Gray, Warner Brown, Damian Lowe, Jonathan Russell, Ronaldo Cephas, and Gregory.
Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. Some people sing together. And who say life no order? And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord. And let me know what my troubles can be sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah.
Is there no escape? This is how you do. Search the great and no go. All in the friends who want to know. You wanna try, never wanna shit and give. When I wake up on them Wednesday, I have to say, why make me why? Why you so shy?
Drown, they will catch you in a straw for some air. It's so good to be alive, but it's better when you leave. Cause your future depends on the little things that you give. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I treat you. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I treat you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team Jamaica today include goalkeeper Andre Blake, also the captain, defender Dexter Limbikisa, Mason Holgate, Richard King, Kaheen Dixon, Damari Gray, Warner Brown, Damian Lowe, Jonathan Russell, Ronaldo Cephas, and Gregory.
Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. Some people sing together. And who say life no order? And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord. And let me know what my troubles can be sweet. Everybody
some air. It's so good to be alive, but it's better when you leave. Cause your future depends on the little things that you give. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team Jamaica today include goalkeeper Andre Blake, also the captain, defender Dexter Limbikisa, Mason Holgate, Richard King, Kaheen Dixon, Damari Gray, Warner Brown, Damian Lowe, Jonathan Russell, Ronaldo Cephas, and Gregory.
Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who say life no order? And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord. And let me know what come my troubles can be sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah.
Is there no escape? This is how you do. Certificate I know you go. All of the friends who want to know. You wanna try, never wanna shed a tear. When I wake up on the Wednesday, I have to say, why make me cry? Why you so shy?
Drown they will catch you in the straw for some air. It's so good to be alive, but it's better when you leave. Cause your future depends on the little things that you give. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you. Show love, let me teach you. Show love, love is how I greet you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team Jamaica today include goalkeeper Andre Blake, also the captain, defender Dexter Limbikiza, Mason Holgate, Richard King, Kaheen Dixon, Damari Gray, Warner Brown, Damian Lowe, Jonathan Russell, Ronaldo Cephas, and Gregory.
Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. Some people sing together. And who say life no order? And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord. And let me know what my troubles stamping sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel reggae music sweet, yeah. Stamping sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the troubles and you rock with me. You know feel reggae music sweet, yeah.
Live scenes from AO Shirley Recreation Ground, the British Virgin Islands and the Reggae Boys playing in Concacaf World Cup qualifying second round action. We appreciate you bearing with us for these difficulties. Ronaldo Cephas carrying that one into the 18-yard box. Damari Gray. Jamaica, some early possession here. Match has been going on. Haven't had live pictures until this moment. Issues with stadium power. We appreciate you joining us, though, on this afternoon. Important match for Jamaica. A chance to guarantee themselves a spot in the third round if they get as much as a point here today. The British Virgin Islands eliminated with 3 consecutive defeats. They have no points, trying to earn their first at home in their final match in this round of qualifying. Guatemala already advancing, a chance for Jamaica to play against them this coming Tuesday. So it's a set piece here. Damari Gray, who returns to the lineup, will take this free kick. A few options moving forward for Jamaica. Whips one into the area, flick towards goal, and an opener for Jamaica. A brilliant flicked header. Finds the back of the net, looks to be Warner Brown. Gets Jamaica in front on the road. Some delivery from Damari Gray. And the forward drops a picture-perfect ball into the box, nodded towards goal. And Jamaica find themselves in front. 1-0 Jamaica lead over the British Virgin Islands, and it's won back by Cephas. Numbers streaming forward. Cephas, Gray keeps it alive, but Frankie Beckles able to get that one at the near post. So Frankie Beckles plays again in net. It's a 6th cap for the 19-year-old goalkeeper. Let's give the lineups. British Virgin Islands lining up in a 4-3-3 shape. Frankie Beckles again gets the nod between the pipes. The back line that goes Christian Javier, Jerry Wiltshire, Joshua Bertie, and Carson Price. Jake Forbes alongside Tisharn Gallimore in the midfield, also joined by Jahari Lacey. And a front three with Tyler Forbes, Javon Splatt, and Joel Mars. Jamaica in the 13th match under Steve McLaren. They're up a 1-0 here 20 minutes into our match. Controlling the ball there, Greg Lay playing in a left back role. Andre Blake is an important return in between the sticks as a goalkeeper. Missed a bit of time with a knee injury earlier this season. Richard King with the ball at his feet, playing it along to Mason Holgate. They're a center back partnership. Dexter Lembikisa plays at right back. You saw Damari Gray pick up that assist for the first goal in the match. He's playing an interesting role with a lot of forwards listed for Jamaica. Damari Gray, Ronaldo Cephas, Kaheem Dixon, and Warner Brown could all consider themselves forwards as how they are listed. You see this ball over the top, aiming for the run of Russell into that channel. Knotted out of play. It's going to be a throw in for the Reggae Boys. You'll see the lineups at the bottom of your screen. First off for the British Virgin Islands in that back four shape. Javier, another start for him in that fullback role. Watch out for Tyler Forbes. He has 4 goals. A chance to try and get a joint nation lead amount of goals. Evandale Williams, the nation's leader, with 5. Forbes has 4 in his 28 caps. Jamaica have this long throw opportunity. They're going to catapult it into the 18-yard box. Nodded up, back down. A chance there. Dixon's shot blocked. Pushed away to the edge of the 18. And here is Jamaica's lineup now. Andre Blake again in between the sticks. King, Holgate as a center back duo. Amari Gray listed in that midfield alongside Lowe and Russell, with Cephas, Dixon, and Brown as the front 3. Dragged a little wide here. Forbes plays it. His brother, Tyler Forbes, clips it forward. Is that a push in the back? Yes, it was. A foul and a free kick 21 minutes in here for a second ever meeting between Jamaica and the British Virgin Islands. 1 goal so far separates the two sides. Warner Brown scoring off delivery. We see again this foul from behind. Jake Forbes knocking over Greg Lay. Holgate to King. Back now to Mason Holgate, 28-year-old center back. Just ball into the channel. Here's Cephas. He's had some really good form Cephas has in his last few appearances for Jamaica. Goal, 2 assists, 1-2 penalties in his last 3 matches. And he gets this one inside the 18. Cephas at the end line, trying to generate an angle, an opening. In the end, swarmed by too many. He comes along, still in the 18 for Jamaica, laid off, thought about a shot. Bit of tight dribbling from Lowe. Moved back to King. His pass, not quite what he intended, and the British Virgin Islands can clear up field. So as things stand, Jamaica grant themselves passage to the 3rd round of World Cup qualifying with 1 match to spare, courtesy of that goal from Warner Brown. The 2nd goal in 2025 for the young forward. Scored in March against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now got 2 goals in 3 appearances. Damari Gray, 1 assist on the day. Al-Atifak man. Lee whips one in. The header there from point-blank range. Corralled by Beckles. And goalkeeper makes the stop. Home crowd want a foul. They won't get it. It's actually going to bounce off our head official, Brian Lopez. We'll have a drop ball for Jamaica in the midfield after he inadvertently broke up their buildup. Lembikisa plays it forward. Attempting that pass to the outside of the foot, doesn't quite come off. Rolls here now to Jake Forbes. One of two changes from the lineup that lost 3-0 at Dominica on Wednesday. Fifth match for David Perez, the head coach of this British Virgin Islands group. Ball drops for Russell. Plays it forward to Dixon. Returned to Russell. That's going to be a foul going against Jamaica. Much to the frustrations there of Warner Brown. Free kick. Another foul going against the Reggae boys. This time committed by Lowe. Lowe playing in this midfield role. This is his 72nd appearance for Jamaica. Very experienced 32-year-old. Fizzed to the feet. It's forward speculatively. Drops to Lowe, first time to Lee. Kisa moves it along, playing an inverted role. The usual right back plays it to Lowe. And Bakisa back to King. Just clips one forward. Acrobatic defending. Repels the attempt. Raheem Dixon trying to play one centrally, doesn't quite come off. There's one back here. Delivery into the box. Cephas the target, perhaps. Almost making a mess of that. Here at the back post was Christian Javier. His first touch, not what he intended, so no nonsense, pushes it out for a corner kick. Already seen one set piece come to good effect. This one poorly given away here by Javier. In the end, no nonsense, the smart move. But offers an opportunity for more delivery from Damari Gray. One assist from a free kick. A corner from Gray. Goes towards the back post. Too much on that. It goes out for a goal kick. Appreciate you joining us here at A.O. Shirley Recreation Ground. Jamaica up 1-0. Early on in this match, no chance for the British Virgin Islands to advance to the next round in World Cup qualifying. They're looking for a first result, first points in World Cup qualifying at this stage. It's the farthest they've ever made as a nation after advancing in March of 2024 against the U.S. Virgin Islands, a shootout win. Holgate winning the free kick for Jamaica there. So a historic World Cup qualifying run for the British Virgin Islands. For Jamaica, they're hopeful that it can be as well, looking for a second World Cup berth since the first since 1998. They've had a lot of success at the continental level. Runners-up in the Gold Cup in 2015 and 17, semifinalists in 2019 and 2023. They were third place in the Nations League in 2024. They haven't had success in qualifying. Just 2 wins from 14 matches in the build-up to the 2022 Qatar World Cup. They've already matched that total here in the second round. And as things stand, the goal from that man, Warner Brown, has them teed up for a third. As Jamari Gray lifts one along to King. Forward to Dixon. Fahim Dixon returns it. Makes a forward run himself. Lee just clips one forward. Gray nods the header along. Beckles easily able to control this. Here to Beckles. Under a bit of pressure, the goalkeeper launches one forward. Holgate the header down, comes to Russell. Low. King plays one between the lines. Deep defending here from the British Virgin Islands. They conceded from a set piece. They earn a free kick. They're showing some decent defensive effort around their 18. Looks to be a hydration break here for both sides. A hot day at Road Town. And a chance for both teams to take a deep breath. Half hour into this match. Of course, being down the British Virgin Islands won't like their spot. But considering the history between these countries, the only past meeting is a 12-0 defeat in 1994. Staying close, the early stages, definitely ideal. Jamaica have a busy summer coming up. They've got a match against Guatemala on Tuesday, their 4th and final match. It may prove inconsequential between the two teams. Could just be a warm-up match before they play in the Gold Cup 6 days later. Matches against Guatemala, Guadeloupe, and Panama set to come in the Gold Cup. They have had some experience just a couple days ago in the Unity Cup in London. Jamaica took on Trinidad and Tobago, won 3-2 in a thrilling first match at the G-Tech, and then against Nigeria, some really top quality opposition for them to play against. It was a 2-2 draw, went to a shootout. They fell 5-4 in the shootout. So runners up at the first edition of the Unity Cup. Steve McLaren really getting a good sense of his group. A few players that weren't involved in that squad are in this squad. I would say most notably Leon Bailey. He's on the bench. We'll see if he features if Jamaica don't need him. Leon Bailey an option. We've also got the upcoming Gold Cup coming up with Ethan Pinnock, Mikel Antonio, and Bobby Reed. All as a part of that group. Not a part of this group. See Dexter Lembikisa. Whistle to resume play from Brian Lopez. He's at British Virgin Islands in these all-yellow kits. Can again resume play, attacking from left to right. Dixon steps in, wins the ball back. Kisa plays it back. Slight coming together there. Referee, let play continue. Yes, he will. As Lowe gets back to his feet, King carries it forward. His pass to the outside takes a deflection along the way. It's hooked up field by Joshua Bertie. Referee acknowledging that foul. Make up a 1-0. Warner Brown. The goal that separates the sides in the final 12+ minutes of our first 45. Nick Edwards here with you on hand. We appreciate you joining us. This World Cup qualifier. A few spots left to be doled out. Before the World Cup comes to Concacaf country next summer. Driven across the frame, aiming for CFAS. A little deflection along the way. It's out for a Jamaican throw-in. Dangerous from Dixon, trying to drive him forward. It's thrown into Lee. Gray. Ari Gray, past one challenger, has a shot from distance. It goes just wide, courtesy of a deflection. So another corner for Jamaica coming after Damari Gray's effort blocked along the way. Mari Gray will take this in-swinging corner from the near side. Two options presenting themselves in green. Gray whips one into the box. Dangerous delivery. No one to attack it, though, for the Reggae boys. And there's a foul there on the press. A little too much there. Referee a little frustrated at King for the shot after the whistle had gone. I believe he's going to book King. He's just going to have a quick word with the center back. 23-year-old Richard King plays for Cavalier. Picked up his first goal for Jamaica. It was from the penalty spot. In the 3-2 win over Trinidad and Tobago in the Unity Cup semifinal back on May 27th. Beckles' long free kick resumes play. It falls. The British Virgin Islands. Forbes trying to get to it. Unable to latch onto the ball. Low pushes it up. Underhit pass. Press being applied by Brown. Back to Beckles. Damari Gray. Can't get there. Beckles puts it upfield. Bakisa back into the mix. Out of play, last off Jamaica. Throwing for the home side. And Brian Lopez, Guatemalan official. Few words for players here today. Bit of pressing makes things difficult. Lee, no nonsense, just knocks it upfield. Header goes more wide than intended, and Ronaldo CFAS will leave this one to Lee for the throw in. Holgate launches a pass upfield. It's allowed to drop. Dixon under it. Pushed away. It will be kept alive. It's out for a throw in. Mason Holgate, center back, coming forward. Launches one forward. Allowed to drop the near post. His last off Jamaica. Went for a goal kick. Mason Holgate in for a fifth cap. The Reggae boys spent this 2024-25 season on loan with West Brom, second division of England, from Everton. Looked forward. A bit of control and strength being shown. Splat is enough to keep this one alive. Is it lost there? Yes, it is. Jamaica survived that attack from the British Virgin Islands. Bring it down far side of the field. Not a head injury, so no requirement for Jamaica to stop this match. A foul going against Jamaica. Dexter Lembikisa is making his appeals. Maybe a bit of treatment needed here after that challenge. Splat down, just a bit of discomfort after that tussle up front against the Jamaican defenders. 24-year-old forward has started the last two games at Dominica, at St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jamaica heavy favorites for this match. They're up 1-0. I wonder what the message will be from Steve McLaren, who you can see at the edge of the technical area. Splat tries to move around, see if he can continue in the final minutes of our first 45. Play resumes. The free kick upfield, right at halfway. Advantage is played. Jake Forbes moving centrally, drives through a few players, and a foul, a free kick. After a good drop of the shoulder from Jake Forbes. Nothing's difficult in the midfield. It was Damian Lowe and John Russell, who just neither of whom could get in front of the man, committing the foul on the free kick. It's rather central, rather deep. Maybe a chance to put some numbers forward and try and toss something into the mix. Joshua Bertie, the man who stands over it as of now. 7 in yellow, right along the edge of the 18-yard box. Fullback Bertie whips one into the area, nodded towards goal, and Andre Blake gets under it, makes the first save of the match. The Jamaican goalkeeper does. Relatively routine in the end. It's a bit of pressure put on Lembikisa. Results in a throw. Final minutes as Jamaica try and see out this lead into halftime. Warner Brown, flicked on header from a Damari Gray free kick. Lee will throw in to Holgate. .62% possession for the Reggae boys, who have controlled much of the ball, much of the match. And this first half.
I gonna give you a slap. I gonna give you a slap.
Holgate, here's Damari Gray. It's tightly, plays it back to Holgate. Here's Lowe. A lot of experience as a center back, Lowe. You see Richard King, a pretty flexible role. He's played as a right center back King much of this first 45. He's playing the left side of a back three. Flexible look for Jamaica. They move this one around. It's a deep defensive block. British Virgin Islands, they cut out that pass. It's played forward. Off play, a throw in for Jamaica. Russell plays it to Holgate. Looping ball forward, it's overhit, aiming for the run of the fullback Greg Lee, but the Oxford United left back unable to latch onto it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
2 minutes added on at the end of our first 45. Low pushes the header forward, aiming for CFAS, over hits. Flicked along out for a Jamaican throw in. Holgate, Lee, Gray. CFAS. It's going to be a shot from distance, just speculative from Richard King. He was allowed to carry it forward, had a crack from distance, but Frankie Beckles able to parry a shot away. In the second minute of stoppage time, it's not a half bad effort from King. Coming off that goal at the end of May, semifinals of the Unity Cup, he thought, why not have another try? First goal came as a penalty. Wanted the spectacular on that effort. Might be one of the last moments of our first 45, this upcoming corner kick. Mari Gray. Service to the back post. Ended up going out. An attempt to keep it in play fails. And it's the final act of our first 45. Jamaica up 1-0 at halftime. They're halfway there, just securing their spot in the third round of the World Cup qualifiers, courtesy of a goal from Warner Brown that separates the sides at halftime. Our halftime score is the British Virgin Islands 0, Jamaica 1.
British Virgin Islands 0, Jamaica 1. And just a reminder to our audience, our spectators, FIFA appreciates respectful behavior from all of our guests to ensure an enjoyable and safe experience for everyone. Those those who choose to engage in disorderly conduct, including abusive, offensive, or disruptive language or behavior, will be subject to sanctions, including ejection from the stadium, and may be subject to arrest. No one is permitted to throw objects or trespass on the field. Violators will be ejected and may be subject to arrest. If there is an uncomfortable or disorderly situation in or around your seating area, please contact your nearest stadium representative, in this case security.
It's halftime between the British Virgin Islands and Jamaica. A few opportunities for both teams. Most of the set pieces were the main sources of threat for Jamaica in the first 45. Damari Gray with a moment of real quality. Flipped along header from Warner Brown. Separates the sides at halftime. The lone goal on that really well-executed free kick for a second goal for Jamaica. They would have a lot of possession in the first 45, the Reggae Boys did. Not a half-bad ball in for John Russell. His header, though, saved by Frankie Beckles. Goalkeeper able to get in front of that one on the just really good bit of service into the box. But the young goalkeeper able to match it. John Russell not able to add another goal for his country. Bit of dangerous moments at the back for the British Virgin Islands. They had to do a lot of defending in the first half of this one. That instance there from Christian Javier, just about enough. And they had some half chances, most notably on this free kick, just trying to put one in the box. Ended up getting towards Andre Blake. A similar trajectory on the header after the delivery in from Joshua Bertie. But the header towards goal, in the end, tame. And you'd expect the captain, Andre Blake, to be equal to it. It was a flexible shape as well, and Richard King, this shot from distance, he popped up in a number of spots, but the center back has that effort saved by Frankie Beckles. He was called into action a few times, let one get past him, but answers on that one to make the save. Our stats after 45 as the teams break for halftime. Some shots definitely favoring Jamaica, the possession favoring them as well. They have the goal edge. What is going to be the mentality for the second 45 minutes for both teams? The British Virgin Islands trying to chase and get back into this game, while Jamaica look to see out a win that would advance them to the third round of the Concacaf World Cup Qualifiers. It's our score of 1-0, Jamaica leading at halftime. The two teams are back out in the field, and we're moments away from our second 45 minutes between the British Virgin Islands and Jamaica. 1-0 lead for the Reggae Boys, courtesy of a goal from Warner Brown. Separates the sides at halftime. Hugo Costa-Liziario and Kevon Caesar are both with the fourth official right now, preparing to come into the match for the British Virgin Islands. So two halftime changes made by David Perez. See Jake Forbes make way for Caesar. 33 appearances for Caesar. Coming on is Hugo Costa-Liziario. He scored the goal in the 1-1 draw at the U.S. Virgin Islands in the first leg of their World Cup qualifier against them. They would win the shootout in match number 2 to get them to this point, and he comes into the match for their fourth and final World Cup qualifying match here in round number 2. In those green kits are Jamaica from left to right, the British Virgin Islands in yellow from right to left. Jack Edwards with you for our second half. Jamaica, as it stands, will book their place in the third round. Try and continue the dream to return to the World Cup for the first time since 1998. Mason Holgate, they'll hope he's a key component of it. Getting him to switch international allegiances from England to Jamaica. He was a youth international for England, but a very experienced Premier League center back. Played this past season in the second division of England. He plays in that center back role alongside Richard King for a Jamaica group led by Steve McLaren. He was brought in July of last year with the express purpose of getting this team to the World Cup. And they're 45 minutes from accomplishing another step in that journey. Job wouldn't be done. The two top finishers in each group advance to the third round. There'll be 12 teams split up into 3 groups of 4. The winners of those groups advance, and the 2 best runner-ups advance to a playoff, an interconfederation playoff. So ideally for Jamaica, they'd get the job done within that 6-match group stage phase. Not have to go too much longer than that. But it has been a long wait playing in the World Cup. A tug there by Russell. Commits the foul against Price. Carson Price again. Its role here as a left back. He was a halftime substitute. Match at Dominica. He's played all this one so far. It's a clever idea to get it into the 18 for Forbes. That goes towards the near post, and Andre Blake gets hands to it. It may have been going wide regardless. Good work from the captain. Clean defensive work. Here's Holgate. Jamaica obvious favorites for this match. Interested to see what their mentality is. They hold the lead, and it's up to the home team to get back into this game. There definitely may have been an expectation for a larger margin at this point for Jamaica. Looks unlikely they'll match their one and only previous meeting with the British Virgin Islands, a 12-0 win in the 1994 Caribbean Cup. Free kick here just past halfway. They're putting numbers forward, the British Virgin Islands are. Clipped delivery. This is going to be pushed away. It falls to Lowe. Damian Lowe. That pass does find its intended target. Cephas, though, unable to keep control. Referee was playing advantage. It's a free kick for Jamaica. Lee. Here's Damari Gray. Assisted the goal in the first half. Cephas. King allowed to carry it forward. Taken off his foot. Played back by Lowe. Trey Blake, a welcome return for the Reggae boys. He missed the 2 matches in the Unity Cup as part of dealing with a knee injury that was plaguing him. Just a few weeks earlier this season, the first appearance of their Gold Cup match against St. Vincent and the Grenadines earlier this year. Dixon has it poked away from his feet. Lee gives it to Gray. He's got a lot of space. Damari Gray, a low shot, rolls along. It breaks in the 18, and Dixon's shot blocked away for a corner. Kaheem Dixon trying to cause some chaos in the 18. Results in a corner on this near side, and Damari Gray again will take some of his first half delivery. It's a little overhit to the back post, curling out of play. That kind of delivery might favor an outswinging ball in. Here's Gray's service. Puts it into the mix. Pushed away. Russell retrieves it. John Russell. See Steve McLaren and the coaching staff of Jamaica pointing at Damari Gray, who was in a lot of space in the near side of the field. The delivery was overhit. It goes out for a throw. There's confirmation of that sub. Jahari Lacey was the player who made way for Hugo Costa Liziario. Lacey not really able to get too involved in the first 45. Good bit of control in the midfield. He's past that first line of pressure and gets it forward to Forbes. Forbes moves it along. Move it along to the far side of the field. Pass poorly hit. Lee forward. There's Damari Gray. That's a beautiful ball for Dixon. Kaheem Dixon latches onto it, and his shot is poor in the end. Beckles able to claim it. After that fantastic pass forward by Damari Gray, it's maybe a bit of lackluster delivery in the end. You see the lineup for the British Virgin Islands with those 2 substitutions made. A slight tug and a free kick for Jamaica. They're unchanged from their first half group. See that at the bottom of your screen. Andre Blake again between the sticks. And Bakisa has had a very flexible role throughout this match so far, as has Damari Gray. Ronaldo Cephas playing in that front line alongside Dixon, alongside Brown. Lee overhits that delivery. It's out for a goal kick. This is some pass between the lines from Damari Gray. You wonder on that first touch for Dixon, doesn't just try and slow down and bring in a teammate. Kaheem Dixon, a player of major promise, 20 years old, already 2 goals scored for his country. Picked up one of those goals in a 2-2 draw with Nigeria in the Unity Cup. a big spell for Jamaica. Their goal of getting to the World Cup in 2026. Able to just gel this group. Steve McLaren talked about that in his pre-match press conference, that it's just a factor to deal with. A lot of players getting used to each other. They played 2 matches together at the Unity Cup. John Russell scoring a goal in that tournament. The goals went along to Lembikisa. He cuts it back. The delivery, it's a little over hit. Not quite able to pick out an option, and it goes out for a goal kick. But Jamaica, they'll have this first match here in World Cup qualifying against the British Virgin Islands. They'll play their 4th and final match on Tuesday against Guatemala. That one will be at home. And they'll gear up for 3 matches in the group stage of the 2025 Gold Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 substitutes for Team Jamaica.
Make 2 substitutions here.
Number 9, Raheem Dixon.
Raheem Dixon makes way. Coming on is Leon Bailey, as well as Romario Williams. We'll also see William Green from the British Virgin Islands coming into the match.
In number 7, Leon Bailey.
You see Warner Brown, the goal scorer, make way. Brown and Dixon coming out.
In number 21, Romario
Ray and Romario Williams into the match. Bailey, rather, and Romario Williams into the match. There is as well. William Green coming in for the British Virgin Islands. Leon Bailey, an exciting option, wasn't with the team for the Unity Cup. Is here. His qualifiers for the upcoming Gold Cup. See him on the near side of the field of play in this right wing role, it appears.
In number 11,
Birdsey with the throw in. Comes back to the fullback. Moved along. Good work from Bailey. Coming from behind, just jumps in front of his opponent. Wins it back. Birdsey, Russell gets a foot in, knocks it out. Warner Brown making way for Romario Williams. Williams, forward of Indy 11 in the USL Championship, 2nd division in the United States. Leon Bailey played at the top level in England. A lot of appearances in the Premier League and the Champions League with Aston Villa in this 2024-2025 season as well. He comes in as Ronaldo Cephas does very well to win the ball back. He drives forward, Cephas does. Loses his dribble and gives it back to Damari Gray. Gray to Lowe. Here's Russell, first time, moves it to Lembikisa. Christian Javier, the player who made way for the sub. William Green, Bailey, Russell. Russell picks his head up. A touch there from Gray. The first one was poor, and he turned it into a spectacular effort. It was always going to require perfect execution. Damari Gray drags that shot wide. Mario Williams, 4 goals this time with Jamaica. We see again the first touch, maybe not what Damari Gray intended, but you can see that quick train of thought turns it into something else. Cleared forward by Lembikisa. Williams trying to get stuck in, and doing so commits the foul. Warner Brown, the lone goal for Jamaica. They hold a 1-0 edge over the British Virgin Islands. Russell gets ahead to it. Lowe tracking back. There's a lot of bodies down in the midfield. 1 for Jamaica, 2 for the British Virgin Islands. Tough coming together. Lowe will be helped back to his feet. Green, the British Virgin Islands, a little slow to get back up. Bit of rain descending on things. We'll see again just a big coming together between 3 players. Lowe coming in from behind. Pause here. 14 minutes into our second half. British Virgin Islands just chasing a first result in qualifying second round here. The longer it stays at 1-0, the more belief they'll have that it just takes one moment to jump back in to try and get a draw. A draw would be enough for Jamaica, but it wouldn't be maybe with enough authority in the results for the liking of Steve McLaren and company. Been relatively held back by this defensive block from the British Virgin Islands. Their major moment coming from Damari Gray's free kick in the first half. A drop ball to Mason Holgate and play will resume with Jamaica attacking. Leon Bailey lifts one forward, not the intended clearance. It falls to Russell. Williams trying to return it to Russell. Comes to Romario Williams. Lembakisa. Here's Mason Holgate now. Measured pass forward, intercepted. Low. Lembakisa aiming for Russell. Pushed away, and King sweeps a pass out to the far side for Damari Gray. Gray bringing it down, quickly marked tightly by Green and company. On the overlap, Lee, first time delivery. That hit a hand. Referee says not enough for a penalty, enough for a corner. The delivery from the overlapping Greg Lee results in this set piece opportunity. Lopez, our head official, wants to make sure there's nothing untoward by Romario Williams towards the goalkeeper right in front of that British Virgin Islands net. Another delivery from Damari Gray, drops it into the box. Strong header out. It's going to be a throw in deeper on. Delivery from the Premier League title winner with Leicester, Damari Gray, but a mixed bag so far in this match. Jamaica maybe not as sharp as they would like to be in trying to break through. I hope Leon Bailey and company, coming from the bench, can try and spark some things. Bailey gives it to Lembakisa. Bailey creeping towards that defense. Leon Bailey fires it to Williams. Russell brings it down. Referee waves away appeals of a handball. It was bouncing every which way. May have been a harsh handball to give. Holgate drops one forward, aiming for Bailey. It comes down to the winger. Leon Bailey lays it off for Lembakisa, and he gets his shot all wrong, putting that onto his weak foot. Lembakisa trying to add his second goal for Jamaica. It'll be a first since March 2024 against Panama. The lone goal in the third place match in the Concacaf Nations League.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Since when again? Was this a handball? No, it looks like it's up against the body. Not much in that. Looks to be a good call from Brian Lopez. That stay in play. No, it didn't. It's a Jamaican throw in. Introduction of Bailey has led to a bit more spark for Jamaica in the attack. Here's Forbes. You can see the idea he had on that pass. Also took an awkward hop away from Costa Liziario. Nutmeg comes off, rolled forward. Forbes not able to latch onto it. And Lembekisa lets it roll out for a goal kick. Needing a bit of attention here. It's be Richard King. Just feeling at that left leg. '23-year-old center back. That hamstring worked on. They've got the stretcher if they need it. You see David Perez, head coach of the British Virgin Islands, giving out some instructions. They've made a few more forays up the field. He might like that. He's working with his substitute, Costa Liziario, to try and get them a bit more headway in the attacking third. King helped off the field. Looks like a substitution is being prepped. Joel Latiboder is standing ready to come into the match, as is Casey Palmer. Those subs won't happen quite yet. Temporarily down to 10 are Jamaica. Lowe will drop into the back line before those subs can take place. Latiboder may be the option that goes into the back line. Russell returns it to Blake. Here's Damian Lowe. Just one forward. Romario Williams sees it out for a throw. Where that throw will take place, it will be those subs for Jamaica.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 substitutes for Team Jamaica. Out, number 18, Jonathan Russell. In, number 8, Casey Palmer.
John Russell will make way for Casey Palmer.
Richard King in, number 15, Joel Latiboder.
Joel Latiboder will be coming in. See the first touches for Palmer since coming into the match. Return ball to him. Rolls it along to Latiboder. One of those substitutions made by Steve McLaren. Drop of the shoulder, bit of speed. Cephas keeps it alive. Who did that go off last? It went off Cephas last. It's out for a goal kick. More of that from Ronaldo Cephas, though. That was what we saw in the Unity Cup especially. He earned 2 penalties in the semifinal against Trinidad and Tobago. Both just using his speed to get to places maybe he shouldn't be getting to. And then against Nigeria, had some fantastic delivery from wide positions to generate assists. Romario Williams off the upright, trying the spectacular out of nothing. And it's out for a throw-in for the British Virgin Islands. This ball drops forward. Tamari Gray brings it in, and Williams just has a shot, may have taken a deflection en route. But that was some effort. And Frankie Beckles in the British Virgin Islands net is in some discomfort after diving for that. Looks to be his lower back that's in some discomfort. Still 2 more changes in the back pocket of David Perez and the British Virgin Islands. So if Beckles can't continue, they have Harry Foden on the bench as a goalkeeping backup. It'll be his international debut for the British Virgin Islands. Beckles helped back to his feet. Sean Gallimore, the captain of the British Virgin Islands, will chat with the young goalkeeper. Minutes plus stoppage time left in this match. The second ever between the British Virgin Islands and Jamaica. We'll push everybody in the group up to at least 3 matches played. It'll be the final for the British Virgin Islands. As things stand, no goals scored, 11 conceded, win listed 4. Jamaica would go second in the group. They'd guarantee themselves a spot in the next round. But if they wanted to have supremacy of the group, it would require a result at home against Guatemala on Tuesday. That would see them out with the top spot. Guatemala with a massive edge in goal difference. 11 positive goal difference for Guatemala, just 3 for Jamaica. So that would require some amount of goals to happen in the next 15 plus minutes for Jamaica for that to be a major talking point ahead of Tuesday. Doesn't seem to be much material edge for first versus second. All the teams will advance. They'll be drawn together. The draw coming up on June 12th. Long throw-in resumes play. And confirmation of that earlier sub. Joel Latibodaire coming in. There's a foul for a push. A free kick for Jamaica. Elsewhere, El Salvador hold a 2-0 edge over Anguilla. Scoreless between the Cayman Islands and Honduras through 70 minutes. Strength shown. A clever idea. Latibodaire can't get there in time. That is going to be a foul. Initially looks to be a clean challenge. Assistant referee on the near side offering his input. And it looks to be a free kick for Jamaica. Let's see the challenge again. Replay, looks like that might have been a clean challenge, a clean effort. The assistant on the near side saw it differently, and it sets up this free kick opportunity. Two options for Jamaica on this free kick. Gray runs over it. Bailey takes. Dangerous again. Beckles, it took an awkward hop, but he able to do enough. Makes the stop after the header on goal. Solid effort from Damian Lowe. Trying to test the goalkeeper. Trying to add to that previous goal from Brown. That's how they have their goal, from a set piece from a free kick. Latibodaire. Lembakisa. It's a great idea. Spied out. Just a good drop of the shoulder from Bertie. He's given all sorts of room to run into. He's got Forbes making an underlapping run. Tyler Forbes skips past one, trying to play it along, and Blake makes a vital intervention to keep it 1-0. Miss-hit delivery there. It's going to come to Bailey. Slight bump in the back, but Jamaica win the ball again. Latibodaire. Good drop of the shoulder from Gray. Ball over the top for Romario Williams. Has Bailey as an option, and his shot trickles agonizingly wide of the post. Romario Williams can't double the advantage for Jamaica. We saw a moment ago the British Virgin Islands, they can punch forward and try and create something. It was another great pass from Damari Gray. Williams, in the end, maybe he got that ball stuck under his feet a little bit. Didn't have his full range of motion. Let's see it again, though, from Tyler Forbes. Just skips past his opponent with ease. And Holgate coming in to block the shot, almost made it take a wicked deflection past Blake. Both teams threaten neither score. 78 minutes into the match. Seeing a bit more signs of life, a bit more sharpness in the final third. Williams, his hold-up play doesn't quite work off. Sileziario gets ahead to it. Low upfield. Bertie. Bakisa, long ball forward. Knocked up field. Holgate. See Alejandro Santos preparing to come into the match, as is Dwayne Atkinson. Good strength shown. And drive that one forward from Palmer. Clearance upfield. Kicks out Forbes. Returns to Tyler Forbes. Amari Gray, the press pays off. He's knocked down off the ball. Leon Bailey one-on-one, skips past one challenge, fires it across frame. Pushed out, here's Bertie. Gray back to his feet after that heavy challenge. The referee comes back to it. Administer late punishment. No yellow cards doled out in this match as of yet. That's going to be a free kick, and that's going to be a foul. And a chance for these substitutions to take place.
Ladies and gentlemen, two substitutions.
Atkinson will come in for Ronaldo Cephas.
Oh, number 20, Ronaldo Cephas. In number 12, Dwayne Atkinson. And
Atkinson will come on for a fifth appearance. Joel Mars will make way for Alejandro Santos. Fourth appearance for his nation for Santos. Cephas makes way as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the total attendance for today's match day is over 1,060. We say thank you to all fans attending this Concacaf Qualifier for the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Brian Lopez whistles to resume play. Here's Nazi Bauder. Mbakisa, Williams running the channels. Really strong defensive work put in. And it's out for a goal kick for the British Virgin Islands. Santos sees it out for a throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitute for Team British Virgin Islands. Out number 10, Kyla Forbes. In number 14, Ikaija Williams.
Ikaija Williams will be coming into the match. It's the final change made by the British Virgin Islands. Tyler Forbes will make way. Long throw put in by Bertie. Pushed out of the 18. Atkinson down for Leon Bailey. His pass out intercepted. The 1-2 attempted. It pushes Santos too far wide. Here's Damari Gray. Clean challenge as the referee. Pass there was poor though. Comes to Holgate. Then Bekisa. Here's Lati Boder. Final 5 minutes. Jamaica poised for a spot in the third round of Concacaf World Cup qualifying. Maybe not with as much flair as they would have liked to. Currently leading on the road, British Virgin Islands in their fourth and final match here in Group E. Lati Boder. Here's Atkinson. That's a poor touch from Lee, and it's out for a throw. Bailey wins the header. Williams trying to push it along, unable to do so. Bekisa almost losing his footing. Bit of rain making a slick surface. For the final few moments. Heat's been a factor. Various weather elements making their impact on proceedings. Holgate plays it forward to Lati Boder. He's given some space to move into. Gives it to Damari Gray. Williams lays it off. Here's Lee. Picks out Williams in the 18. Romario Williams poked away from his feet. Atkinson sprinting forward. Wins the throw. Mason Holgate, another opportunity for a long throw from the defender. Towering header outside of the area. Lati Boder uses too much hands trying to defend, commits the foul. The British Virgin Islands again repel the Jamaican attack. Throw in for the home side. Another header out by Jamaica. Bertie. Leave this. Put some numbers into the box. Kevon Caesar prepares for a long throw. He launches it. Not quite enough on the delivery. It's pushed out. Another throw in. Teaser's throw. Header won by Palmer. Drops to Bailey. Leon Bailey loses it. Nutmeg attempt by Price doesn't come off. Here's Leon Bailey using his speed. Evades a few challenges, wins a free kick. And there's a coming together off the ball. See the foul there. A little bit of afters from Latsi Baudet. Puts his body into Joshua Berti. Quick passing. Williams. His first touch escaped him, but he tracks back. Keeps it alive. That's going to be a throw in now for the British Virgin Islands. 5 minutes added on at the end of our match here today.
On the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 5 minutes of added time in this second half.
5 more minutes for the British Virgin Islands to try and find a surprise equalizer. For Jamaica to try and add an insurance goal. Put a stamp on their spot in the third round. Low. Back to Holgate. Palmer. Holgate. Limbakisa gets it back to Low. Bailey driving forward. Mario Williams, edge of the 18. The shot blocked. There were some half-hearted appeals for handball, not answered. Cleared up field. There's a tug of the shoulder, and that'll be a yellow card here for Casey Palmer. First player booked. He comes here in the 93rd minute, just stopping that counter-attack. He'll be more than content stopping that attack so late in the match in exchange for a yellow card. It's a good drop of the shoulder, bit of speed. Kaiser Williams just trying to beat his man for pace.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card issued to Jamaican player number 8, Casey Palmer.
So Palmer's booked, and it results in this set piece. It's late in the day. Stood up into the box. First header won by Jamaica, and there's a foul in the 18 against the home team. It's going to be a free kick for the Reggae boys. What the thoughts will be from Steve McLaren on this performance from the group. I imagine he'll want a improvement for the match against Guatemala, even if that match won't have major consequence in terms of qualification results. They'll be qualified regardless. They won't get an extra bit of seeding or anything should they finished first or second in the group. So that match really just merely serves as a preview for the rematch in the Gold Cup 6 days later. Pushed upfield, out for a throw-in. Williams, his attempted pass across the field is cleared forward. Nazi Bauder, then Bakisa. Here's Leon Bailey. Outside of his foot, plays into the channel. Picks out Atkinson, and they earn a throw in. Here in the final seconds of the match. There'll be time for too much more. There will not. Jamaica take the 3 points, and they'll take a spot in the third round of Concacaf World Cup qualifying, winning a 1-0 in the British Virgin Islands. Lone goal from Warner Brown separates the sides, and they see things out with a full-time score of the British Virgin Islands 0, Jamaica 1.
We're please asking the fans not to come on the field, please. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this Concacaf Qualifier for the FIFA World Cup 2026 at the Shirley Recreation Ground. Please arrive home safely. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Team BVI.
Full-time highlights from the Reggae Boys' 1-0 win over the British Virgin Islands. The most important moment, the flicked-on header from Warner Brown. Good delivery from Damari Gray. Was nodded home for his second goal in this 2025 calendar for Brown. There were some opportunities, some decent saves being made by Frankie Beckles to keep things at a 0-0. But all in all, you have to expect for Jamaica a rather disappointing win as far as wins can go. Just a 0-0 in their second ever meeting with the British Virgin Islands, who did a lot of defending throughout this match. And in that low block, there were some positives to take. They were able to create a few chances in transition, try and have some set-piece opportunities. You'll see this one right here. Late on in the first 45, it was, in the end, rather easily saved by Andre Blake, who didn't have to do a ton. And they'll appreciate that, as the captain will. Good work from his defensive unit in front of him to not make too many moments of major concern. Richard King, part of that back line that saw out a clean sheet and tried to get on the score sheet himself. That shot, though, parried away by Frankie Beckles, who was the hero of the qualifying effort in the first round. The qualifying effort in round number 2 ending here today. Damari Gray had some really nice moments pulling some strings. Kaheem Dixon just not getting the proper touch on that ball forward to make something happen. But Damari Gray, who had the 1 assist, may put him down as a man of the match if he had to give it to somebody. Just for some of these moments of delivery he had throughout the 90 minutes. This one again would fall to who else but Damari Gray. Maybe not the most intentional of touches. That shot, though, from Romario Williams. Completely intentional, trying to generate something out of that. In the end, it just missed, hitting the upright. About as close as Jamaica came to making it 2-0. Leon Bailey, some solid delivery in the end. Frankie Beckles able to parry it in front of him and make the stop after some dangerous delivery from the substitute Leon Bailey, who returns to the Jamaica setup for missing the Unity Cup. There was a chance here for Tyler Forbes. Skips past the challenge with ease for Vlo. And in the end, Andre Blake makes a solid save with his legs to avoid a stunning equalizer. Does just about enough. Keeps it And a 1-0. Blake would see out that clean sheet. Again, some moments of quality from Damari Gray, pulling the strings in the midfields. Picked out Romario Williams, and he'll want this finish back. Just gets the ball stuck under his feet. Can't create a moment to really test Frankie Beckles, who does a good job to close down the forward. With a shot wide from Williams. On that instance, another good effort from the substitute, Romario Williams. We can look now at our full-time stats. It shows dominance from Jamaica. 15-2 in the shot, 71% possession. They had some bright spots, but in the end, not the most commanding of victories. The heavily favored Jamaica do win this match 1-0. They bump up to 9 points now in the group. Sit in second place. A very good position here in Group E. British Virgin Islands will finish bottom, but Jamaica, Guatemala, they'll play on Tuesday, both teams knowing they're through to the third round of the Concacaf World Cup Qualifiers. It's been a pleasure to share this match with you here this afternoon from A.O. Shirley Recreation Ground. Jack Edwards with you. The full-time score of Jamaica 1, the British Virgin Islands 0, sees things out and brings Jamaica to the next round.